Maybe you'd be excited, you'd be happy. Maybe you'd just be curious of how it got there in the first place. If you stop and think about the plastic bags that you use, the plastic wrap, the aluminum foil, the paper towels, would you say that could easily add up to $5 every time you take out your trash?
Yes.
How many times a week do you take out your trash? That could add up to a lot of $5 bills, couldn't it? Can you imagine, or what would you do if someone gave you $1,000? What could you imagine doing with that? Anybody?
Going to Hawaii.
Going to Hawaii.
With the money and the robe and the bikini and the Jaguar.
Exactly. Do you know that $1,000 is the average amount that a family throws away in food each year? That's pretty amazing when you stop and think about it, isn't it? Do you know that just by using Tupperware, I can show you how you and your family can save that $1,000 and collect all those $5 bills along the way? Let me show you what I mean. I'm going to do that with our Vent and Serve product line here. This is a product line that is designed to go from the refrigerator or freezer into your microwave. It's beautiful enough for your tabletop, and it's dishwasher safe. You'll notice the handles on it. The handles are stay cool. So when you take it out of the microwave, you don't have to use pot holders or anything like that because your fingers aren't going to burn taking it out of the microwave. The feet on the bottom allow it to sit off the floor of the microwave so that microwave energy just penetrates from all sides. It can circulate from top, sides, and bottom to promote even cooking and reheating. You'll notice that there's a fill line on the outside here too. And that means that when you're filling it for the freezer and the microwave, you don't overfill it. Because what happens when you overfill something for the freezer? Doesn't it expand? Exactly. And same with the microwave. Your food could boil over if you overfill it. And taking off the seal here, the inside is stain resistant and etch resistant. And that means that you don't have to worry about, say you're reheating something with tomato sauce or a higher fat content food. You don't have to worry about that little line that very often happens when you're heating up something that has that higher fat content or those tomato-based sauces. So you don't have to worry about that. It's etch resistant and stain resistant. And the bottom of it has a texture to it. So as you're using serving utensils, it resists showing those scratches. The seal has a vent on it. This is a silicone vent that you actually just bring up when you're ready to reheat. That allows the steam to escape while you're reheating, but the seal is staying on so that your food stays moist and also keeps your microwave clean. You want to have a clean microwave. A dirty microwave cooks much slower than a clean one. It really does make a difference to keep your microwave clean. But who wants to really clean your microwave? That's not the most fun job in the whole world. So keep your seal on. That'll keep your microwave clean. And then when you're ready to put your food back in the freezer, refrigerator, the seal just pops down again. And it's easy storage too. So if you aren't using it, you're putting it in your cupboard, the seal separately from the containers, it stores nice and flat. It's streamlined. Now how will Vent and Serve save you money? Well, say on a Sunday afternoon here in the summertime you like to barbecue. So say you have some steaks on the barbecue, maybe you have a tri-tip, maybe you have some chicken on the barbecue, and now you have leftovers. What are you going to do with those? Well, how about if you take and slice up that tri-tip, that steak, slice it up and store it in Vent and Serve. Now you could put it in the refrigerator and perhaps you want to use it the next day. You could have something like tri-tip sandwiches as an example. Add a salad to it, maybe some fresh fruit, and you have a nice, easy dinner for your family. Or perhaps you don't want it the next day. You want it a few days down the road, maybe even next week. Go ahead and put the Vent and Serve in your freezer, and then pull it out when you're ready to have that nice tri-tip sandwich, and you're good to go. Maybe you want to use that beef for something like a stroganoff a few days down the road. Again, you already have that meat pre-cooked. You already barbecued it a few days ago. It's ready to go. You can take it out, cube it up, make a nice stroganoff for your family. Or, let's see, maybe you want to do some barbecue beef a few days down the road. Again, pull it out, add some barbecue sauce, a few secret ingredients, and you have barbecue beef. What about that chicken that you grilled? You could take it, you could, if it's, say, chicken thighs, chicken wings, you can actually take it off of the bone, okay? And again, put it in Dent and Serve. If it's boneless, you could cube it up. And now you have the basis for a refreshing Oriental chicken salad on a hot summer evening. Very easy to do. So some just recipe ideas that you can utilize. Now you're not throwing those leftovers away. You're actually being purposeful about it, and now you have plan-overs. You're making your food dollars stretch. Now look at this size in the collection of Dent and Serve. This is an 8.5 cup. And you might look at this and think, well, it's going to be perfect as the weather cools off for soups, stews, spaghetti sauces, that kind of thing. But what about this time of year? Remember, using the microwave keeps your kitchen cool, okay? So you're not heating up your house, you're not contributing to that energy cost. And perhaps though you're busy, you're on the go with kids, getting into swim lessons or whatever, you just need a quick and easy meal. How about this recipe idea? Do a night before tuna casserole. Using uncooked pasta, put your ingredients together and put it in this round Dent and Serve here. In the refrigerator, put the seal on, in the refrigerator. The next evening, pull it out. Maybe you're coming home, your family's coming home from that swim practice, that ball practice, and now you need an easy meal. Take it out, put it in the microwave, 15 to 17 minutes until it's hot and bubbly. Again, add a fresh salad, something to go along with it, and now you have a really easy dinner. Now, you might have leftovers from that tuna casserole. Now what are you going to do with it? Well, why don't you break it down into smaller serving sizes here and use it for lunch. Take it to work the next day. How much does it take, or how much do you spend on a lunch? If you work and you go out to eat at lunchtime, the typical lunch is what? $7, $10? So even if you took your lunch a couple of days a week, think of how that is going to add up and what that's going to put back into your family's budget. This set would have a size for every meal. We would have a little bit larger one, have a medium one, and then we have a smaller one. So small, medium, and large appetites here. Kind of like the Goldilocks theory, you know? The small one is maybe too small for some appetites. The large one maybe is a little bit bigger. The medium one is just right. And in our set tonight, Baby Bear's already made off with his. So he's enjoying his dinner somewhere tonight.
It's at Jackie's house.
Getting ready to go to work.
I do. Go to Hawaii.
You have a plan over. Again, you're stretching your food dollars. So can you see with these ideas how you can really recapture that $1,000 that your family may be wasting on food that you've been throwing away all year long, and collecting all those $5 bills on those plastic wraps and things that you have previously been using? Because Tupperware is the product that's a lifetime wrapper. You purchase it once and you use it over and over again. So it's a lifetime wrapper. Our hostess tonight is going to be able to qualify for this whole collection that you see here with her party tonight. So just by having me in, you as her friends in, and just having a little bit of fun tonight, our hostess is going to be able to qualify for this set. And you know what the best part too is? I have 2 prime dates left in my date book just for you, so that you can get this set for yourself in your kitchen as soon as possible. So as you complete your orders tonight, let's talk about and pick out one of those prime dates for you. Okay.
Yay!
I just modeled a demo that utilizes some word choices from a demonstration script that I put together a time ago, a Venserve demonstration script I put together a time ago, and that you will find on the Razzmatazz sales site. If you just go to the training tab and then product knowledge and then scroll down to Venserve, you'll find that previous demonstration script there. The reason why I personally put together a demonstration script is that it forces me to spend time thinking about the 4 elements of a good, purposeful, effective demonstration. I always want to make sure that I'm including those in my demonstration, and for me, putting it down on paper allows me to organize my thoughts in a purposeful manner. Now, what are those 4 demonstration elements? We discussed it a week ago at our royalty meeting, so those of you that were there, can you tell me what those 4 elements were that we talked about? Anyone? Exactly. Hook, look, book, took. Those are the 4 elements that you want to incorporate in your demonstration. So let's talk about each of them in sequence there and give you a little bit more ideas on what they actually mean. For me, those 4 words, I had a little bit of a hard time. I knew what the concept was. I knew what hook, look, book, and took was, but my mind wasn't just clicking with it. It wasn't just flowing smoothly for me. It took me just a beat to recognize what each of those were. So I needed to put it into a format that actually worked better for me and that I had it in my brain so that I could, not even thinking about it, move quickly one to another. So that's what I'm going to explain to you tonight to see if it might work a little bit better for you to get those 4 elements down. First of all, hook. What is the hook? The hook is tapping into your customers, their feelings and emotions. It's touching them. It's bringing it personal to them. So it's, how would you feel if you found a $5 bill? That's a hook. A hook should be also just 1 or 2 sentences. It's not prolonged. It's not a long dissertation. It's just 1 or 2 sentences to catch their attention, to tap into their feelings. Now, some of you have said that your personality is such that maybe you like to almost act out the hook. And that's great. You want to put your personality to it. So in the example tonight, how would you act out that hook? You might have an actual garbage can. And you might actually have baggies in it that you're pulling out. Oh my gosh, a $5 bill. Or maybe you actually have a $5 bill in there. Where did that $5 bill come from? It's utilizing your personality, but again, it's short, it's to the point. That's a hook, tapping into feelings. Look is getting them to use their imagination, getting them to expand their horizons, to think outside the box for something that they may not have in their life at the moment. So, what would you imagine yourself doing if you were given $1,000? That is a look. So hook, look. Again, they're related, they're similar, but they are different. And again, you don't want to spend a lot of time on either one of those because you want to move along to book. And book is the core of your demonstration. Book is where you are imparting features and benefits. You're giving value for time. You're explaining what the product is all about. That's the core. You can have fun with your guests at the beginning of your party. You can sprinkle little fun comments through the core of your demo, and you can wrap up your demo with fun too, with your dating game or that similar activity there. But the core of your demo needs to focus on value for time. How do you get value for time? You've researched the product, you know what the features and benefits are, and you have that in a logical order for them. Moving along to the 4th element. The 4th element is took, and that is how can they take it home for themselves. how do you get it? With the Vent and Serve demonstration tonight, you can only get it as a host. So you're going to highlight that. Our host is going to get it tonight. You want to be able to host your own demonstration. I have 2 prime dates left to get you this product in your kitchen as soon as possible. So hook, look, book, took. The 4 elements of any successful, effective, purposeful demonstration. And you want to make sure that you have those in a logical order and that your brain can just click, click, click with them. Now, if you're new, and maybe you haven't even had your first party yet, you don't even know where to start with word choices, then feel free to use something of someone else's. Borrow the script that's out there, whether it's on the RAS site or some other place. Borrow word choices from your manager or your director. Borrow those word choices until you can have your own and be comfortable with your own. And then as you become comfortable, perhaps you want to just outline it. Maybe you want to have a little note card that just puts some basic highlights on there to help you with the flow of your party. There's nothing wrong with that. And if you're more experienced, then you aren't going to have to necessarily have it written down for you. You're going to have it in your head, especially if you've practiced it a few times. But you still want to review it before a party. Make sure that you have that sequence down, and especially if it's a product line that we haven't had out for a while. A couple of months ago, we had a product line that wasn't out, hadn't been out for quite a long time. So did you give some thought to how you were going to demonstrate a product that perhaps you haven't demonstrated for a while, to make sure that you have that purposeful flow? If you spend some time thinking about those 4 elements, then you will become a successful, a purposeful, and an effective demonstrator. Thank you.
Very good.